Jeffrey is back and he is pissed. He was told that by raising his vibration levels, changing the dialogue he has in his head, that all of a sudden, life will just come to him. Money, admiration, fulfillment, love, joy, all the things that he is craving will just land at his feet. But it hasn't worked. And the reason why it hasn't worked is because manifestation is one of the most acidic worldviews that you can hold, and it is shown in such an irresponsible way. And we're going to break that down right now. Without making it a whole 1-hour video about manifestation, the basic summary of it is that you have, let's say, two types of individuals: those who have high vibration, those who have low vibration. Those of low vibration attract negativity into their life. It doesn't attract opportunity, it doesn't attract money. And those who have high vibration does the opposite. So those of this state have higher vibration through positive self-image. So the things you say to yourself, the imaginations that you create in your head, the visualization of the world you want. So if you want money, you think about having it. And if you want a big house, you think about having it constantly. And by the laws of manifestation, by doing such things, the universe will grant it to you as sort of this positive, negative, magnetic approach. And those of low vibration are just doing the opposite, right? So they have a low level of vibration because of the negative self-talk that they have. Their visualization is poor, that they don't think about having money. They think they'll never have it. They'll never have the house they want. And so by staying in this low vibration frequency, then it's just going to consistently repel and the universe will not give you what you need. Now that we've got the basics out of the way, we're going to get into why I believe this is such a corrosive philosophy, especially the way it's shown. Now, I personally have adopted this when I was much younger, but after noticing what it was doing to me and how it was affecting my action, then immediately I had to scrutinize it and I had to just ditch it altogether. It implants a narrative that you do not see coming. And I call it universal debt or cosmic debt. Let's imagine the universe is archetyped into some bank teller. And you now walk into this bank and you have a high credit score because of your high vibration, positive self-image, and your strong visualization skills. The bank teller will look at you and say, oh, wow, you got a very good credit score. So now I'm going to reward you. Here you go, right? I'm going to give you everything you want. Or at least I'm going to present you with the opportunities that you want. But then if someone else comes in with low vibration, poor visualization, negative self-talk, all these things, now the bank teller will say, you got a low credit score, I'm not going to give you anything. I'm not even going to present you with opportunities. Now, what is this doing to you? Well, number one, it puts you in this idea that the world is simply a game of exchange. The universe is a game of exchange. And that if you do well, you feel like a good boy. Yeah, I did great. But if you did poorly, now you're anticipating. You have debt accruing. That, well, I'm not doing the tips that I'm told. And if I don't do these correctly, then the universe is going to reject and he's going to push me aside. It places the universe in a judgmental frame. It is consistently judging you. It picks favorites. Like some, doesn't like others. Some are more worthy and some are unworthy. Because you can look out online and you can look into the world and see good things happen to bad people, bad things happen to good people. Sometimes you can work really hard and get nothing. Sometimes you can barely work and get lucky. And then what is it really doing to your internal dialogue, right, when it doesn't work? Hits you with shame, frustration, resentment, envy, unworthiness, which then creates a snowball effect. And at the end of the day, this will place onto you not good enough. Maybe there is something uniquely special about that person as to why it's working so well for them. Before I continue, if my work is resonating, down below I have a link to my waitlist. It is for the Sovereign Brotherhood community, an environment that combines my unique approach to personal development for men, where it's not just all about alpha or all about progressiveness or all about spirituality, but rather the combination of all three tools that we have within us in order to develop internal governance so your past doesn't control you. You're not repeating the same mistakes and terrible situations that get you in trouble or just prevent you from living the life that you want and the purpose that you feel called for. And it is done through the lens of depth psychology and martial arts philosophy that I have a great passion for and I've battle tested myself. If this is ringing true, click the link and read the details. Carl Jung had a beautiful quote that I want to read to you from his book, The Archetypes of the Collective Unconscious. Now, I'm terrible at remembering quotes, so I'm going to read it off my screen. The collective unconscious is anything but a moralistic intuition. It is as indifferent to our moral standards as the rest of the physical world. I really love that quote. Not only does it impart the narrative of cosmic debt, universal debt, but what it also does is kill your energy, or in other words, your motivation to do anything. But why is that? Well, if you think about what the manifestation philosophy is doing covertly, it is not very overt in its message, so you can't really notice it. But what it's really kind of saying is things will come easy. By doing these steps of high vibration, positive self-talk, visualization, things will begin to come to me. Or at least it will present opportunities that I never would have had in front of me before. It also gives the impression that it's with very little effort that these things will happen. But worst of all, it creates the sense of achievement. Gabrielle, who I'm not going to say the last name because I'm just going to completely butcher it, in the book Rethinking Positive Thinking, she mentioned that there was a study about how those that did excess visualization, fantasizing about the world they want, the life they want, and imagine that they have it right here, right now, actually reduced motivation. It prevented them from actually taking action. But why is that? Well, I'll give you two examples. Have you ever had in your life, either done because you've done it or someone else, a friend of yours has done it, where you have this big idea for a business, let's say, and then you tell your friends or they tell you, and they just let everybody know about their whole plan and what they want to go for. But then not too long after that, maybe weeks and the months to come, when you bring it up to them again, or if you ask yourself, you're no longer really interested in that idea anymore. When you told everybody, they gave you that reinforcement, the positive reinforcement of, oh, good job, that's amazing, that takes dedication, all these things. And so it gives you this sense that you've won, that you've already had it. Or another example being, you go to the movies to watch something scary, and when jump scares come up or just the overall theme is frightening, it actually gets you. You feel scared while sitting in a comfortable chair around random people eating popcorn. Why is that? In both examples, because your brain can't tell the difference. And so by instilling this idea that with X, Y, and Z, everything will come to me, then you start to feel like you have it. You start to feel like you did something when you really didn't do anything at all, which then in part, you notice the snowball effect of how this starts to sabotage everything you're going for. So then if it imparts a narrative of the cosmic debt, universal debt, and then if it also drains your energy levels and your motivation, what is the alternative? That is going to be for a video coming this Monday. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This way you get notified on it. And I'm going to go into detail about my approach to manifestation and how you can actually utilize its strength, but then fully see the results within just a matter of months. And this has happened not just in my own personal life, but the clients that I work with.